Jill, you have teed it up for Congress, and Congress is with us tonight in the person of Democratic Congressman Steve Cohen of Tennessee. Congressman Cohen is a member of the House Judiciary Committee, which has jurisdiction over the impeachment process. And Congressman Cohen, to what Jill Wine-Banks just said, what do you see as the distinction between your obligations on the Judiciary Committee and Robert Mueller's obligations as a federal prosecutor?
Well, Jill was exactly right. Robert Mueller was limited to Russian involvement in our election. We are not limited to that, and we could have laws that we see that need to be passed concerning interference in our elections, concerning gaps in the law with campaigns, and with administrations, and possibly with inaugural committees. There's all kind of things that could be seen that are without prohibition that should be in our laws. And we need to know the facts. The American public needs to know the facts. We'll get, I think, a goodly share from what Mr. Mueller gives us and Mr. Barr allows us. And if we get the whole report, it'll be better. But regardless, we need to have fulsome investigations and oversight, and I feel confident we'll have that.
Congressman Cohen, let's listen to what your chairman, Jerry Nadler, chairman of the Judiciary Committee, said tonight.
If the Justice Department doesn't release the whole report or tries to keep parts of it secret, we will certainly subpoena the parts of the report, and we will reserve the right to call Mueller or to testify before the committee or to subpoena him, as several other committees might do. But we'll only do that if necessary, obviously.
So, Congressman Cohen, clearly your committee, the Judiciary Committee with Chairman Nadler, is the center of the next stage of the action here about this report. The chairman saying they will subpoena Robert Mueller if necessary. They will definitely, you as a committee will definitely subpoena the report if you have to. What is your sense, or is there a sense on the committee about how likely it will be that you'll be forced to subpoena this report as opposed to simply have it handed over by the Attorney General?
I can't say what the sense of the committee is. I know the sense of the committee in general is that we want to see complete disclosure. We know that we are responsible for the Constitution and defending it and defending the rule of law. So the committee will be strong in wanting to pursue and get as much information as possible to help us draft legislation or to do whatever we need to do to show if there are holes in the law to correct that. I personally am concerned that we won't get everything we want, because I don't think Trump would have named Mr. Barr without having some reason to believe that he was going to have somebody who would cover for him. We know Trump had said in anger about Jeff Sessions, he wanted to have his Roy Cohn at Justice. Well, that's a pretty awful thing to think about. But if he wanted somebody like that, and Bill Barr is certainly not Roy Cohn, but he wanted somebody that he felt would be in his corner. And I think I saw that Bill Barr recently visited the White House in like the last day or two, and that was probably a bit unusual. He's got a chance to be Elliot Richardson. He's got a chance to be one of the good guys, but we'll see what he does.
Congressman Cohen, the Attorney General's letter says this weekend, which means that Chairman Nadler and possibly you, members of the committee, could be learning more about this from the Attorney General this weekend. Please come back and join us next week when we know more. Steve Cohen, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it.